What's up, guys? Welcome back to Make It or Break It Monday. Excited to be with you today. Buckle up, we got a lot to talk about. But first of all, happy Easter to everyone. If you did not know, it was the first time in over 60 years that April Fool's Day and Easter actually landed on the same day. So I'm sure you guys saw a lot of different things inside of social media. My favorite was Grant Cardone's retirement as his April Fool's joke. But it really got me thinking, hey, if he was to retire, how would he be remembered? Then it got me thinking, how would I be remembered if I retired today? And it got me thinking more of, hey, based on what I want to accomplish in life, what are some of the things I need to do to be remembered that way? And it really got me thinking that, hey, I've done a couple of these videos for you guys so far, but haven't really got a chance to really tell my story. And everyone has a story, and there's no such thing as an overnight success. And things that we see on social media with 20-year-olds sitting next to Ferraris and jets and things like that, just really isn't true, right? But if you really go and you think like you're meeting somebody for the first time, you really see people for what they are today, not what actually got them there. So for me, it might be like, hey, here's a college grad with a good job or a decent job, right? But if you didn't know me, you wouldn't know what it took for me to actually get to the position that I'm in today. And I think to be able to relate and have a good understanding that we're all different, we all come from different backgrounds, different walks of life, it's important to realize those things and really go back and use the fundamental strengths that we learned through that process to be able to get us there. And me personally, I grew up in Michigan. My parents were great. I grew up probably low to middle class, but they taught me respect, they taught me politeness, they taught me manners, they got me into sports. Where I've been able to learn discipline and work ethic, and really was able to succeed at a young age from getting my black belt in Kempo Karate in about 6 years. Played baseball my entire life. Was awesome. Was able to play in 2 Little League World Series, once when I was 10 and once when I was 13. But it wasn't until my mom actually got transferred from Michigan to Phoenix that it really allowed me to create a new identity for myself. So I had my first job at 15, I had my first sales job at 17, working at Auto Trader selling ads. I always did well in school, and that actually allowed me to be able to get a scholarship for my tuition at Arizona State. But college was honestly a wake-up call for me. I thought I could take the same actions that I took in high school, and found out the hard way that wasn't true. At the same time, living with some roommates, I was playing around in the stock market, lost some money that I shouldn't have lost, and put me in a hard spot. Following the end of that year, my first year of college, I actually ended up losing my scholarship as well. So definitely a very, very tough time for me, and a learning moment inside my career as a student and as a professional. So I did the only thing I knew how to do. I went and got a part-time job. Quickly found out that part-time job wasn't gonna cut it, so I got a full-time job. It was hard working full-time, going to school full-time, but hey, that's actually the job that I met my wife, Monique, that I've been with for 5 years so far. Married 5 years, together 10 years. But man, it was really hard, and I really had to evolve from there. So I ended up moving from that job, getting another sales job, and that's really where I started my career with that next company. I ended up being able to get 4 different positions in 3 years, so promotion after promotion after promotion. Just streamlining, working as hard as I possibly could to continue to evolve, because at that point in my life, transitioning from sports, like work was my new sport, right? That's what I had to succeed at. That's what I was passionate about. I was like, I had to win. If you guys don't know me, I have this tenacity and desire to win in everything that I do. But after that point in time, I thought everything was good. Bought my first car. Monique and I started living together, had all those expenses and everything that you get when you're in a brand new relationship and you're living out on your own, completely on your own, right? No support from anywhere. And unfortunately, there was a financial burden that occurred, and man, I had to figure out a way to take care of it. I had to step up for Monique and I and for our family, and I did the only thing I knew how to do. I went back to work. So I had my full-time job at that time, being a supervisor, leading a team. The only other downtime I had was at night. So did whatever I had to do. I took the first job that allowed me to work nights. This was obviously a job that was well under my skill set, but I had to do it, right? So took on that job, as well as still taking 15 credit hours, which is more than full-time at school. And my schedule was crazy. It was wake up at 8:30, do my supervisory job until 5:30. I would drive from Mesa to Scottsdale, which is about a 30-minute drive, to get me to my night job. There were 12-hour nights, so I'd work from 6 to 6, take my lunch break and go get the biggest coffee I could find. But it was hard. It was hard staying awake. It was hard doing a job that I didn't enjoy. But it taught me a lot of things. I tried to get as much schoolwork and things I done as I could during that time as well. But I'd get home after about a 30-minute drive home. I'd sleep for an hour, hour and a half. Monique would wake me back up, and I would go back to that supervisory job, trying to give 100% with the team, to me at that time, that actually mattered. And it really taught me a couple things. The first thing was action eliminates anxiety. I was more anxious about not paying the bills than I was about being tired. And I ended up only having to do that job for about 3 or 4 months. Luckily, it was only like 3 days, then 4 days, alternating weeks. So I was able to kind of power through it, but school suffered. Had to drop a couple classes towards the end because I just wasn't doing well enough. So it really taught me action eliminates anxiety, but it also taught me to be great with the small things. Because once you can be great with the small things, that's how you learn how to take responsibility, and other people recognize that, and allows you to be able to grow and take on new positions in life. Well, quickly after coming out of pulling ourselves out of debt and being able to pay the bills again, jobs got better. My supervisory job turned into another promotion where I was a manager. Within the next 18 months to 2 years, I took on another management role on top of that, running another team for Salesforce.com and sales operations, and really started kicking butt there. But at the same time, I mean, with all that going on, it almost seems like in society today, you see all these people and they almost seem like they're superhuman, right? They're doing 25 hours a day, 8 days a week, and it's unrealistic, right? And I'm not superhuman. I'm just like you. I am wearing my Trust Me, I'm a Superhero t-shirt today to kind of represent that. But yeah, it was all about being committed during that time. How did I commit to those actions that got me there? And you can't fit a big dream into a small life. And I've always been outcome driven. I've always tried to push the envelope. I've always tried to succeed in every single thing that I do. But at a certain point, I gotta figure out how to level up at each time. I plateaued at that job, and that's what made me push myself to go find another job, and ended up being here at Mobile Mini. More challenges, more responsibility, more ways to get to the next level. So in short, I really wanted to tell you guys, hey, I'm continuing to 10x my life and try to level up my own lifestyle. This right here is 10x Everything Exercise. It was actually a paid program that Grant Cardone put on a while back, but he just actually released it in his newest newsletter for free. So it's pretty amazing. So this is what I'm gonna be working on this next week. I'm gonna give you guys a mock-up one. Hopefully you'll jump in and you'll fill it out as well. I'm gonna be talking about my personal outcomes related to this and what I'm gonna be doing to 10x my life in next week's podcast, next week's video. But remember, at the end of the day, everyone has a story, right? There's no such thing as an overnight success, and you guys have the ability to take on superhuman-like powers and really be able to figure out how to get to the next level, because we're all have adversity in our lives. We've all overcome things, but that's what we do with those things that makes us who we are and makes us better long term. So thank you guys for listening this week. Have a fantastic week, and I'll talk to you soon. Thanks.